talking about real martial arts, real martial artists, and D. Rose and Kobe Bryant, using them as examples. Talking about black belts as well. Let's talk about black belts, real martial arts, D. Rose, Kobe Bryant. The relationship between, what I really consider like a high-level martial artist, and basically using these two athletes as an example. Now, to me, like a black belt or like a high-level martial artist, a real martial artist, he needs to be consistently at a high level for his entire life. Not just for 5 years or 1 year or 2 years or even 10 years, but consistently at a high level for the rest of his life. That's what I consider a real martial artist. And D. Rose, for example, I just recently found out that he hurt his other knee. He hurt his right knee. And it was his left knee that was messed up from a couple years ago, or a year and a half ago. He tore his ACL on his left knee, and now he tore something else, his meniscus or something, on his right knee. So it's just showing, and he's respected as one of the great players in the NBA. He's respected as one of them. But these injuries, now he can't even walk. He can't even play. So he's no longer one of the best. He's not even on the court. And it's the same thing with Kobe Bryant. He's considered like one of the all-time greats. But now he hurt his knee. He's not even he can't even walk. He can't even go on the court. So he lost that status now. And that he used to be one of the best. And D. Rose used to be one of the best. But now, as of right now, they're no longer even close to being the best. They're not even on the court. They can't even play. So that's kind of what I'm getting at with the real martial arts, is that you need to put the effort to continuously take care of your body, so then you're always at your best to defend yourself in case you need to defend yourself. It's like being on active duty for your whole life, like an active police officer. But if a police officer breaks his leg, he can't do his job. He can't defend the community. He can't even defend himself. He broke his leg. So with a real martial artist, it's like a continuous effort to maintain and better his body and sharpen his skills, body, mind, and spirit throughout his entire life, to represent a high standard. That's what I see to be a real martial artist. Now, what's typically happens is that people, they work hard for a period of time and they get a black belt, and they think they're really good and stuff like that. So that's kind of like a D. Rose. It got to a high level, but then gets an injury, and then now he can't even play. So you got these black belt martial artists that get to a high level, and then they stop training, and then they let everything go. They're no longer martial artists anymore. D. Rose is if he's not even on the court anymore. It's like that. You're not really a real martial artist when you stop. You got to keep going. You got to keep training. You got to keep maintaining. It's not forever, without effort. You need to put effort to make it forever. So that's what, I just want to use those two as an example, because they are talented and skilled, but they got injured, and then now that they're injured, they're no longer at a high level. Just like people that get to the black belt doesn't mean that they're going to stay at a black belt status forever. If they get injured or if they stop training, then they're no longer there. Like D. Rose and Kobe Bryant, almost anybody could score more points than them now or do a lot more stuff than them. They can't even move. So they're not at a high level no more. So these black belt martial artists, if they don't train anymore, and they just or they get injured, they're no longer at a high level. You know, they need to build back up. It's not forever. That's how I see that. What if there is to be a black belt and there is to be a high rank, that's what it's supposed to represent, a high level. Not just before or in the past, but a high level right now. And right now and for the future. Because you continuously have that drive to better yourself, to represent a high level. That's what I see a real martial artist should be.